back from the break. I hope you had a good break. Let's get back to the docs. To the docs. Okay, assignments are reactive. Hmm. To change component state and trigger a re-render, just assign to a locally declared variable. So to change component state, so basically the whole component has a state, right? Uh, and to trigger a re-render, just assign to a locally declared variable. It's very important. Like if you think about it, you just change one variable, which is locally declared inside the component. If you remember, any variable declared inside the script is the locally declared variable, and it will trigger a re-render. Okay, we'll just pick our own variable, right? This is the standard hello world. Yep. So let's add a button. Then we add on click function, right? And then function clicked. We'll reassign the maybe. Let's see. Clicked. To re-render. Okay. So basically, what we did, we just assigned here again to a locally declared variable. Update expressions count plus equal to 1 property assignments have the same effect. Interesting. So let count equal to 10 and count and we'll say times. Okay. We do this here. Let's do count plus plus. This work. It works. So basically, the whole component is getting re-rendered. If you think about it, like the whole component, it's not just this part, right? It's just the whole component is getting re-rendered. So it calculates everything. You have to keep this in mind. This will also help you understand how to break down your components in what ways you should break down components. Suppose there's a very heavy component, there's a part of it which is I'm re-rendering again and again. I'll just move it out of this. I'll make a separate component out of it. So it makes my app a little lighter relatively. Okay. Then there is property assignments. Let's even test that out. Let planet name Pluto times. Okay. And we do here planet name we'll remove this part just to isolate the effect of planet.name is equal to Mercury, and we'll just test right now, right? And so count equal to planet times plus plus. It's not exactly, I'm not updating the value of times, I'm just updating the value of count. Okay. Okay, So they have given an example, script let count equal to 0, function handle click, calling this function similar to what we did. Because Svelte's reactivity is based on assignments, this is very important. Svelte's reactivity is based on assignments being the equal operator. Using array methods like .push and .splice won't automatically trigger updates. A subsequent assignment is required to trigger the update. This and more details can also be found in the tutorial. So let's say we do this planet.push, right? Oh, let's make an array first. Let's just make let count here equal to 100, 1200, 1300 for fun. So we'll do count array dot push 20, and we'll start this from 1. We'll do count plus plus, and we'll do count ARR dot count. Let's say we pick the last element every time. Dot length -1. Right? We pick the last element every time. We remove this re-rendering, we remove this. So now what's happening is we have this array, count array 100, 1200, 1300. And then we are displaying the last element of it, which is 1300. We are doing planet.name. Now on click, we are only going to push a value here. So this will become the last element, right? Ideally, it should re-render. Sorry, it should not re-render because we are doing a push here. Okay. See, nothing happens. Did we get any console? Nope. No error, nothing happening. Okay, because and if we just do this, let's say count array dot length, which is let's say this is, it's like assigning something to it. Count array dot length. Let's say I'll assign for now 1200, 1500, right? So basically I'm just to the last element, I'm just adding one more. Okay, this also didn't re-render. Oh, my bad. Yep. Okay, it did, right? Because I did a reassignment here. Basically, I assigned a new value, which is an assignment operator, and it updated. But this did not work. So basically, assignment works. Dot push is not working. What is suggested is after pushing a new value, I do the reassignment again. And that is what they're suggesting, right? That this assignment will trigger update if the markup reference is ARR. Okay. They're saying there's a tutorial also here. Array methods. Methods that mutate arrays or objects will not trigger updates by themselves, like we saw. In this example, clicking add a number button, doing something similar, numbers.push. The same rule applies to array methods such as pop, shift, splice. Assignment to properties of arrays object works the same as assignment to the value themselves. We did that, right? We tested this, where we actually assigned a new value to the, kind of inserted a new value to the array, very similar to this statement, and it worked. However, in direct assignments to references such as this, foo is equal to object at foo.bar. Okay, it's assignment won't trigger reactivity in object at foo.bar unless you followed an object in object. A simple rule of thumb, the updated variable must directly appear on the left hand side of the assignment. Must directly appear on the left hand side of the assignment. So here the update variable is not, which is this is not appearing directly. That's the core idea they have. Okay, so if the object assignment will also not follow this. So, yep, we push 20, we assigned, it worked, right? We push, let's say 2000, it's back to 1300, um, because that's the initial value, last value. Now, if we click, it should push 20,000, reassignment, and it works. Okay, Svelte script blocks are run only when the component is created. So assignments within the script block are not automatically run again when a prop updates. If you'd like to track changes to a prop, see the next example in the following section. Okay. Hmm. That's not simple, right? Like, so this is only run once. Even if we update person, this is not going to update because this is only once. Basically, the idea is times from home. Let's say we assign variable home, let home equal to earth. Now we change home to planet dot name, right? So this is from the first time it happened, like planet from home is earth, which is obviously then we assigned, and now I click to re-render. So this updated, but this is still from Pluto, whereas the plan.name is now Mercury. So home is not getting updated. Plan.name here got updated because, so this is what they were talking about, right? This object is referenced to this object. We updated this, but this did not get updated. It is still Pluto only, which is the initial value, right? Okay, we'll move to the next section. In case there was any confusion, you can pause the video, go back to the code and just read it once or even run it on your side. Okay. Dollar marks a statement, dollar and colon marks a statement as reactive. So before we talked about assignments are reactive, we got the idea of what reactive exactly is. Basically, it triggers a re-render. Now we're talking about dollar and colon marks a statement as reactive. Any top level statement that is not inside a block or a function can be made reactive by prefixing it with the dollar and colon. JS label syntax. JS labels. Oh, it's like the label statement you might have come across it before. So basically, they're using the same syntax. Break and continue follow a colon. They follow a colon, and here they are using it like a dollar and colon. Reactive statements run after other script code and before the component markup is rendered. Reactive statements run after other script code. So first all the script code runs and then the reactive statement will run. That's interesting. And before the component markup is rendered, whether the values that they depend on have changed. Whenever the values they depend upon have changed. Okay. Interesting. So in this example, we observe that this statement is not changing. What if we just add dollar to it, right? So the idea here is when planet.name will change, home should also change because this is a reactive statement. Why? Because this statement will run whenever the values that they depend upon have changed, right? So that again, the core idea is reactive statements run after other script code and before the component markup is rendered whenever the values that they depend upon have changed. when this value changes, when we click here, uh, the home should get updated because home is dependent upon planet.name, which we are changing here. Yep, hello Mercury 20,000 times from Mercury. So we just made it into a reactive statement. Interesting. Okay, script export let title, export let person. This will update document and title whenever the title prop changes. Document and title. Okay. Ooh, they are using it in very interesting. They're using it in block. Multiple strings can be combined. This will update name when the person changes. Similar example. Don't do this, it will run before the previous line. Interesting. So, like it says, right? The whole block runs, but these will run post this and this runs. Then these will run. And then you can do it inside brackets also, like a block. Let's try that out. Okay. Let's update count, which is count miles away, right? And let's update count to count array. We'll update the last element of it, right? Count dot length -1. Let's update count to the last element. So hello Pluto 1300 times from Pluto, which is 1300 miles away. Where did we render it? Oops. Okay. Pluto from Pluto, just 1300 miles away. This will from home. So Mercury, right? Okay. So home is okay. So count has been. So what has happened? Let's see. Oh, interesting. So first this code runs, okay, and this code runs, which is the initial state should be this hello Pluto 13 times from Earth, which is 1 miles away. Yeah, like just will okay 10 miles away. Okay, now we add this. Okay, this will run after all this is done, right? So it runs like dollar home equal to plan.name. Plan.name right now is Pluto. So it becomes Pluto. So this is the last element, which is 1300. So it shows 1300 miles away. Okay, and here we should, for the fun of it, we'll just, okay, let it be for now. Then you click on re-render. This will change plan.name to Mercury, which will update. It will push a new element here. So this should get updated and can't. Okay, so both gets updated kind of. To keep it simple, yeah, I'll just change to -2, right? And oh yeah, I'm confused. Everything else, this will also get updated because plan.name is getting updated. This will also get updated. So this should become hello Mercury 20,000 times from Mercury, which is 20,000 miles away, right? I think I'm confusing you, so I'll just make another. Yeah, I'll just make another. Oh, the sentence is confusing. Planet 2, Pluto, Jupiter 12. So we'll do this planet 2, and this is -2 for the fun of it. So from Jupiter, which is 200 miles away. So right now when I click to re-render, what should happen? Only this part changes because planet 2 and this should get updated, right? Yep. So hello Mercury 20,000 times from Jupiter, which is, so count changed because this count array got updated, but home did not change because planet2.name has no updates. Here we make planet2.name. Well, let's make another function, change home, right? Update home. Function update home. Planet 2, update planet 2. Actually, that should be planet 2 dot name Saturn, and we'll click update planet 2, click to update planet 2. Okay. So in this case, now this is interesting. When you click to re-render, only plan.name, this, and count will get updated, right? When you click on this, planet 2, only home will get updated because planet 2 is dependent on this. Let's see. So Jupiter should remain same in this case, right? Re-render. Yep, hello Mercury 20,000 times from Jupiter, which is 13 miles away. On this, only and only Jupiter should get updated. Yep. I'll break it down again. On the first click, it calls this function which changes only count array and plan.name. So only count is dependent on this. On the second call, planet 2 gets updated. Here, update planet 2. So only home gets updated. Count remains as it is. If you change the array or update any value to the array here also, for example, yeah, we insert a new value or we update a value. If this can get affected, this will get updated, but if we do not change the second last value, this will still remain the same, but it will still get updated, right? Something like this. Let's say we change count array, the first variable, the first, we change it to 10, right? On update planet 2. And here what we do is we do a plus plus, right? So dot length minus 2 is, yeah, 1200. So 1200 is not going to change, but since I need to show you this statement should get updated, right? Because on the right side is changing. Let's see. See, every time we do this, okay? Yeah. And if this is not here, yeah, still the same effect. Oops, yeah, because the right side is getting updated, so the effect remains the same. How else can I show this? Basically updating anything in this, so this will get affected because the right side is changing, but the value is not changing. So I think you can come with an example for that. Okay, moving on. Only values which directly appear within the $: block will become dependencies of the reactive statement. For example, in the code below, total will only update when x changes but not y. Let x equal to 0, y equal to 0, function y plus a value, return value plus y. Okay, it calls and returns value plus y. Now total is actually equal to y plus a value x. It passes an x. So total, it's displaying total. Then button on click, it's calling a function x plus plus. Increment x increases. Increment y increases. Let's take a pause. Let's think what's gonna happen. Okay. We'll also run it, but let's try predicting it. Button on click x plus plus, so it'll increment x, right? When x increments, this should get affected because the right hand side x is changing. So value it returns value plus y, right? So value plus y. So it returns x plus y, and x is getting incremented. So yeah, total becomes keeps on increasing. It starts from initially total y plus a value x. So x value initially is 0, 0 plus 0, 0 total. Then when you click once, it becomes um, 1 plus y, which is 1. Then it becomes 2 plus y, 2. And when you click this y plus plus increment y, nothing is gonna happen because this is not dependent, right? Let's try this out. Okay, so yep, this changes and no effect as we predicted. Okay, it is important to note that the reactive blocks are ordered via simple static analysis at compile time. And all the compiler looks at are the variables that are assigned to and used within the block itself, not in any functions called by them in this case, right? This means that y dependent will not be updated when x is updated in the following example. Okay, let x equal to 0, let y equal to 0, constant set y equal to value, y equal to value assigns value to y, set y dependent is equal to y. Okay, every time y gets updated, y value, y dependent gets, so every time y gets updated. Okay, but when we call set y x, basically pass on x, y becomes equal to x. It is important to note that the reactive blocks are ordered via simple static analysis compile time, and all the compiler looks at the variables that are assigned to and used within the block itself, not in any functions called by them. This means y dependent will not be updated when x is updated. Following examples: so set y x we call, y gets updated, y dependent will not get updated. It's saying it's because of the order. Okay. Should just let's extend this previous example, right? Let x equal to 0, y equal to 0. We'll, yep. Okay. Set y x. Total is not defined. Okay, we'll just display y and display x. Okay, we'll display y and we'll display x. Okay, and the idea is that when we increase y dependent, okay, let's show this also for the value. Okay, so when we increase y, what should happen? Let's predict. This is reactive on this, so y dependent now gets updated. This should not, right? Now when we update x, set y will be calling x, set y value, y equal to value. In our understanding current, y changes, this should also get updated. They are saying no because of the order. Let's see, we increment x. The x got updated, Y got updated on incrementing X. Okay. Yeah, the reactivity happened, right? So two things happened. Yep. Okay. Interesting. So when he clicked X, uh, so this obviously X got updated to X plus plus. That will still happen even if this reactivity was not here. Let's say even if this was not here, we'll just remove it, right? So X will keep on getting updated because of it's a reactive um, reactivity of Svelte. But now we bring back the reactive statements. Now when you update X, this function gets called because right we are updating X. This function gets called, and Y is also getting updated because of the assignment operator. Remember, the first and foremost thing is the reactivity is based on assignment. So now we click, both are getting updated. Makes sense. Now if we click Y, only Y increases and Y dependent increases. Right? Like let's reset. Okay, so let's increment Y. Okay, let's increment X. Yep. X became 1, then got assigned to Y. Now increment Y. So when we increment Y, Y dependent should get updated and Y both. So Y gets updated, Y dependent gets updated. We keep on increasing. Now if we increment X, right? If we increment X, so this will call this, Y gets updated, but Y dependent, they are saying it won't change. See, okay. Now let's look what document. Moving the line $y dependent $y dependent equal to y below this will cause y dependent updated when x is updated. So basically they are saying, yeah, this is the order. They're saying just change the order and you'll see a change. Okay. Now increment x, oh, y dependent also getting updated. Interesting. So it's the order. Basically x gets updated and post it this is getting evaluated. This is something important which you have to keep in mind, right? When we use dependencies, it's an interesting use case. Like, if you do not want this variable to get updated before because of some change, put it before. If you want any change, anywhere this is being used or assigned, uh, it should get updated when they get updated. Just put it in the last. Interesting. This can lead to some complications. But yeah, I'm sure there are ways around it, or you can put them in blocks also. Very interesting. If a statement consists entirely of an assignment to an undeclared variable, Svelte will inject a let declaration on your behalf. So, you know, basically it's saying that, there is no let before that, so Svelte will do it. Basically, if you just use, in this case, y dependent, we did never declared y dependent. Svelte will just insert a let. Basically, you do not need to declare any variables, any new variables which are using after the dollar $, like y dependent in this case, we have not declared it anyway. Okay. I think we'll take a 15 minutes break and then we'll come back to prefix stores with dollar to access their values. Just get some break, maybe do some stretching, give your eyes a rest, look outside, look at distant objects. Yeah. And we'll get back. See you then.